Welcome back. Part 3 of Linux 0 to Expert. Coming from Windows, the first shock is there's no C drive. Linux has one single tree of folders starting at /, the root. And once you have the map, everything on every Linux machine in the world makes sense because they all follow the same layout. Today, the map of the file system, the folders that actually matter, absolute versus relative paths, the concept that confuses every beginner, and the navigation shortcuts that make you fast. 6 minutes, and you'll never feel lost in a server again. Let's go. Here's the map. Everything starts at /, called root, and branches from there. Same layout on every Linux machine on Earth. /home holds each user's personal folder. Yours is what the tilde points to. /etc. is system configuration, plain text files that control everything from networking to which users exist. /var is variable data, and its star is /var/log, where the system writes its diary. When something breaks, you look there first. The bin folders hold the actual programs. ls and cat are just files living there. /tmp is scratch space wiped on reboot. Remember just this: config and etc., logs and varlog. That alone solves half of real-world debugging. Now the concept that trips up every beginner once and then never again: paths. An absolute path starts with / and describes the location from the root of the tree. It works no matter where you're standing, which is why scripts and config files should use them. A relative path starts from where you are right now. cd Linux lab goes into a subfolder, cd ... climbs up one level, and dot means right here. 2 gems most tutorials skip. cd - bounces you back to the previous folder, like Alt-Tab for directories, and plain cd with no argument teleports you home from anywhere. Practice these 5 moves for 2 minutes and navigation becomes automatic. ls shows what's here, but its flags give you X-ray vision. ls-l is the long view. Permissions, owner, size, and date. A file's complete ID card, and we'll decode that permission string fully in Part 7. ls-a shows all files, including hidden ones. In Linux, any file starting with a dot is hidden, and that's where configuration lives. .bash or .sh. -h makes sizes human, megabytes instead of raw bytes. And -t sorts newest first. When something just broke, ls-lt on the log folder shows you instantly what changed. Flags combine freely. ls-lath is my personal default. Everything, readable, newest on top. Last skill, finding things in a tree with millions of files. The find command is the precise tool. Find /etc. Name start nf lists every config file under etc. You can filter by type, size, and, my favorite, by age. -time -1 means changed in the last 24 hours, which answers the eternal debugging question: what changed since yesterday? Locate is the fast one. It searches a pre-built index, so it's instant but can be a few hours stale. And which answers a different question. When I type Python 3, which actual file runs? 3 finders: precise, fast, and for commands. You'll use all 3 within your first month. Part 3 complete. You now have the map most beginners never learn properly. One tree, starting at /, configuration and etc., logs and varlog, your world and home. Absolute paths from the root, relative paths from where you stand, and cd- to bounce between places. And you can find anything with find, locate, and which. Homework. Spend 3 minutes just cd-ng and lsng around /etc. and /varlog. Look around. You can't break anything by looking. Next, Part 4. Creating, copying, moving, and, carefully, deleting files, including the wildcards that let you handle 100 files in one command. See you there.